You might remember a handful of months ago, maybe a year or so ago. It was probably last year when we talked about this. Ralph Shortey, who was a Republican state senator in Oklahoma. You remember he got caught in the hotel room?
Yeah. This guy, yeah,
with the male prostitute, which were like,
yeah, that guy,
male prostitute. Okay, great. And then we come to find out the prostitute was also 15 years old. Maybe it wasn't a prostitute.
Yeah.
Probably not even a prostitute, but he did finally get sentenced from that happened.
Oh, really? Did he now?
Yeah, 15 years in federal prison for child sex trafficking is what he got finally sent to prison with. And
fuck you.
I mean, this could be the shortest video ever where we're like, good job. Go to prison. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
I mean, we could get into how our whole prison system is actually fucked, and that criminal justice doesn't actually do anything to rehabilitate people, which is what we should actually be wanting to do. And then we could get into how we're using slave labor in prisons, and it's affecting Black communities and non-white communities way higher rate. Then slave labor isn't dead, and all that stuff.
This Shorty guy, he's 36, and he was facing sentences of between 10 years and life in prison. And the judge ordered him to serve 10 years of supervised probation once he is released from prison. So he'll be 15 years in plus 10 probation.
Yeah, he won't serve 15.
Probably not.
And he's going to impose a fine later on as well. So Shorty, if you guys are trying to remember the details here, pleaded guilty to this in November in exchange for the prosecutors dropping the 3 child pornography charges against him.
Super gross. Super gross human being. Maybe we should have a prison system that works to reform these kinds of people. I don't know.
I mean, how do you reform somebody that looks at child pornography and is like, I'm cool with this,
I don't know, but I feel like there's some science that could work on this.
Oh, chemical castration. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah.
Eugenics?
For gay people.
Eugenics. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, he said at the time that plea deal was the best interest for him and his family, which probably because you were facing probably a lot more time with that. But so he was arrested in March of 2017, and I'm sure we did something back then because
I'm sure.
God damn, we've been at this for a long time. And the boy at the time was 17 years old, and police were acting on a tip from the teen's father when they went to the motel, and they said they smelled marijuana coming from the room. Now, to be completely honest, I've been pulled over by cops numerous times in my life, and nearly every single time they have stuck their head in, and they've been like, why do I smell marijuana coming out of your car? And I'm like, that's absolutely impossible, officer, but feel free to go ahead and check because I know you're going to anyway. So,
they never had me.
And then this state also
they
has
mostly just whip their dick around and they act like big strong men, and they're like, they break. It was really fun because one time he went to bring me a ticket, and then I was like, hey, I'm really sorry about an officer you lost recently. And he went, now I feel really bad about giving you this. He said, now I feel really bad about giving you this. That was a different time when I respected policing.
Now Felicia's all fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Okay, so Shorty resigned shortly after the arrest, and his wife divorced him earlier this year. Good for her. A police report indicated the search of the teen's tablet computer uncovered a series of sexually explicit exchanges in which Shorty referred to the teen as baby boy.
Ew.
And offered him cash in exchange for sexual stuff. So regardless of whether or not the boy was actually a real prostitute, he prostituted himself for money. So let's just go there. So the FBI found that Shorty had previously used fake names to send and receive child pornography and to go on to Craigslist to seek casual encounters with males. And he said in most of his posts, the younger, the better.
Oh, nah. Fuck this guy.
Like the twinks, man. Shorty was twice elected in the district covering the south of Oklahoma City and parts of 2 suburbs. And there is actual body cam footage of it out there if you want to go find it, see him actually getting arrested.
Sinatra says he's going to love that face I just made.
Yeah, and he had a shirt on during his arrest, and we talked about this in previous videos that we did, where his shirt says Ephesians 5:22 on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that shirt, that specific quote there means, which is the verse explaining that the husband is the head of the house.
Yeah.
And his shirt said Ephesians 5:22, wife, go make me 2 sandwiches. Why do you need 2 sandwiches, you fat fuck? You know, I'm fat and I'm calling you fat, Mr. Shorty. Go fuck yourself.
And I really resent this shit about the sandwich making stuff because I really love cooking. Like, I love cooking. It makes me feel zen. It makes me feel like connected to my life. And they're like, that's your subservience. I'm like, no, it's my self-care. Fuck off with my self-care shit. Like,
I eat my feelings, so therefore it's my self-care.
It's just
I cook even when I'm not hungry. I just really like cooking. I like making things.
Yeah. I can't help but see it as really, really demeaning because a sandwich is literally the easiest thing in the world you can make.
Oh yeah, I don't.
And asking somebody else
shit on it.
Asking somebody else to do that for you is like,
no. I don't make sandwiches. I make a mac and cheese that's cooked in white wine, and then I finish it with a bit of butter, and then I saute up some pork, and I throw that in there, with some Moroccan spices, just to be safe, and then I fry up apples in that pork, and then I serve that on top of the mac and cheese that was served with 3 different cheeses, no less, in the white wine sauce that I just cooked the mac and cheese in. And then I put them together, and then I display the fried apple, in like a fan shape with the pork on the top, and then a little bit of hot sauce just to make it.
And
that's how I cook.
I appreciate that you put that much effort into it, but I'm okay with craft dinner. You know, I'm okay.
So I'm just saying, when they say go make me a sandwich, I'm a little offended because I'm like, no, I can cook better than that. Like what?
One of my favorite meals, and it's only because it's one of those fall back to when we were broke as shit and didn't have any other money to make these kind of meals kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear what I do to cheap ramen?
Hang on. Let me get mine out of the way. You have a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
All right.
A pack of peas and carrots.
Gross.
A can of cream of mushroom soup.
Fuck you.
And a can of tuna. And you just mix it all together.
No.
It is fucking delightful.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's atrocious. What you said frozen peas and carrots with tuna?
Yep.
And a can of cream of mushroom.
It is you hate peas.
Mac and cheese.
You're a peaist. That's what you are.
I love carrots though. And frozen carrots in
frozen
that
carrots
shit
are garbage. Yeah.
That's garbage. Yeah, that's garbage.
Frozen carrots is garbage.
Oh, I fully accept the fact that this humble meal that I used to make often for the family because I had to cook from the age of 7, you know. I understand. I know how to cook I know how to cook much more ornate stuff. I know how to put effort into meals, but at the same time,
all right. You want to hear what I do?
Hang on before you interrupt. On Ratatouille, when the food eating critic guy has one of the most plain fucking meals that he could possibly have.
It wasn't plain. It was fresh ingredients cooked to their simplest.
But it is.
It was simple.
It's a peasant dish.
I love
my
peasant
food
dishes.
Was a peasant dish.
I love me some peasant dishes. I have cooked beef bourguignon multiple times. Oh, you know, cook a vin. Don't even at me with coq au vin. All right, and that's a peasant dish.
Felicia, hang on. We're losing scope here. We're doing this on a video about a child molesting rapist guy.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about a child molest. I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about food.
I know, but people are going to come across and they're going to be like, wait, wow, they fucking went off on this one.
Yeah, we did, because I don't want to talk about that. I would much rather talk about peasant food.
So, yeah, anyway, back to Kyle's point here.
No!
Make me a sandwich, you know. It's offensive because sandwiches are bread, slap some shit on it, more bread, and you're done. As long as you don't use carbs.
It's just demeaning. It's just demeaning.
I'm offended that we derailed from my derail. I'm just going to say that.
I'm offended that we used great talking stuff in the middle of this rapey motherfucker story.
Oh yeah, no. I'm going to talk about things that are actually delightful.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus,
Well, it's just funny because people are going to click on this Ralph Story guy or whatever the fuck is Shorty or what is his name, and they're going to be like,
Smalley?
"Oh yeah,
No.
yeah, he's an asshole." Hey, he's going to be like, "Oh, what an asshole! Oh, what an asshole!" Wait, why are they talking about Coquavin?
Why-
You know?
Better yet, why are they talking about super shitty food? Like, one of my favorite
Peas
meals
and
as a kid
carrots.
was fucking. One of my favorite poverty meals was fried bologna and American cheese.
Jeez.
all right. Now, real poor people.
And when we were wanted to be fancy about it, we served it open face on bread.
Here's my favorite poverty
Bread?
meal.
You can afford bread.
we can afford
Here's my favorite.
only on the first of the month.
That was Eggo waffles.
Okay.
You toast those up, and then you spread some peanut butter and jelly, and now you have a peanut butter jelly Eggo waffle sandwich. That was shit.
Okay, and the last one, I just want to share one last stupid fucking thing that I used to make as a kid. Okay, so you're making a sandwich, right? Okay, just regular, you have your 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
For the filling of it, you're going to use peanut butter. I preferred crunchy at the time.
I generally, yes.
Maple syrup,
Okay.
and then you put some cornflakes in it.
Yeah, okay.
And you
I
mix
can-
it all
I
up
can
and you
see-
put it
yeah.
between the bread. It was a fucking delight. It's no
No.
wonder.
You got some texture. You got some
Yeah,
like sweet.
yeah.
You got some savory. Yeah, I'm tracking.
It was actually really good. But at the same time, I look back on it and I'm like, the struggle was real, man.
Yeah, that's some poor people food.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
like-
I'm
that's-
tracking.
you-
You got texture. You got like difference in like proteins in there.
Mhm,
Like I'm like,
mhm.
yeah, no, I'm tracking on
You
that
go to
one.
the pantry. You go to the pantry and you're like, what do I have?
You're not talking frozen peas and carrots and tuna. All right,
Cheap
now you're
ass.
talking like
Cheap ass store brand peas and carrots. Man. Part of my
Yeah,
childhood.
no.